What's going on, everybody? My name is Jackson, and today's video is going to be a little bit different of a video. I noticed there's going to be a lot more new players to this game. The game's been out for quite a while, but there's more players. I'm seeing a lot of new players. So I wanted to do an updated video of my star cards, settings, whatever. Been getting a ton of comments on it, so I'm going to jump into it. So I'm not going to go over no, I'll go over everything, screw it. Alright, so starting with the assault, this will also be a collection video, because why not? I'm a max level assault. The gun I mainly use is the A280, and then my mods on it are improved cooling and improved range. Star cards, I always use assault training. You get more health on elimination. Bounty hunter, so I like to get heroes, as you guys know, and then toughen up. Toughen up, if you've played Battlefront 1, it's kind of like adrenaline stun. Can increase you get your health regeneration as long as you don't get shot. This is a cool assault loadout that I use. I don't really think there's much of a better one, to be honest. And then occasionally I'll use this gun, the AL-16 HFE, but that's only if I'm on low sensitivity. And occasionally CR2, because it's not kind of like a fast-fired gun. It's not terrible. Heavy. I'm a max level heavy. So star cards I use Defender just because score, I don't really think it's that great of a card, but I don't really use heavy all that much, even though I'm at max level. Use Detonate Charge. It's not like Han's Detonate Charge. It's like kind of like an underthrow weak toss, and I use Bounty Hunter. This is only really when I'm like late match and I just don't feel like playing in any other class when I'm trying to take down like reinforcements or whatever. Guns, P21. Gotta use improved handle and in burst mode. This is probably the best weapon in the game, if we're being honest. But it has slow rate of fire and bad cooling power, so it's not like the best, but in terms of just killing people, like overall, it's definitely the best. You can kill heroes easily as well. EL50 is also pretty good. Used improved cooling, reduce spread. But I don't recommend heavy. A lot of people like using heavy, especially nowadays. I'm not quite sure why, but officer, I always use SE44C. Mods I used on it are improved cooling and rapid fire. Night vision's not really usable. I occasionally use the blurg for nostalgia reasons, because if you've played this since day one, you know this was the most overpowered thing ever. I love this thing, man. And the star cards I use Officer's Presence, Bounty Hunter, and Improved Battle Command. You can use, what's the card? Recharge. You can use Recharge Command. It's not that bad. It's just, if other people recharge you, you can't use it again to get double your points. So I like playing as a medic anyways. So this is the best setup to get a hero. You can get a hero within like 2 to 3 minutes, potentially even 1 minute if you're locked in. Specialist. Not the greatest specialist player, but I'm trying to improve. The cards, I don't really think the cards matter that much, like for me personally, because I don't really care anymore. But I like expert weapons handling. You get increased uh, cooling success, which is cool. Bounty hunter, I always use it for the heroes. Personal shield, I like personal shield. That might be a debatable star card to use, but I like to use it. And the guns, I use NT242, best sniper in the game by far. Dual zoom and improved cooling. And then if you guys seen my Naboo videos when I'm on dark side, I use this gun right here, the A280 CFE, and I use burst mode and ion shot to kill the gunships. So you can get like 2,000 battle points by shooting it down if you kill it. Now, Enforcer, I use Survivalist, Enforcer Training, use Battle Hardened. Pretty much all three of these are health related. I'm not really a big Enforcer guy anyways. Level 60 is usually honestly not even really that big of a non-hero player anyways. Aerial, I'm a level 283. Aerial training, battle hardened, survivalist are the cards I use. Pretty much all health related again. Infiltrator, not really a big infiltrator guy to be honest with you, but I use desperation, and then I use acquisition and stalker. Don't really know what these do to be honest. Health on elimination, recharge time reduction. I just put on cards and they look the best out of the five. So I don't know. Armor, the tank players, repair systems. I use improved weapon systems and reinforced hull. I don't really think you need cards on this though, but if you were going to, probably use these three. That's probably the best. I'm a level 79 armor as well, in case you're wondering. Speeder, I'm a level 305 speeder. Might be thinking that's a little high for a vehicle, but if you play speeder on Endor, you'd know that this thing is insanely overpowered. Use speeder defensive upgrade, cooling systems, and reinforced hull. Increased health, cooling rate increase so you can shoot longer, then recharge time reduce. Then these three, I don't really think you need them. They're not that great. Artillery, I'm a level 46. This is the gunship. I like to use this on Lightside Naboo if you guys see my videos on that. Fighter, I'm not really too into fighter to be honest, but increased torpedo damage, I use increased health and increased engine. I have no clue if those are the right card. Far from you if you're watching, please forgive me, I don't play fighter. Same thing with interceptor, but I use elite pilot, turn increase, better turning, more agile. Fire control cycler, increase primary weapon fire rate, 20% increase. And then damage increase for toon lasers, 10% damage. I think it's pretty nice. I'm a level 31 interceptor, 5 fighter. Bomber, my friend did actually tell me rec cards a few months ago. I remember on one of my shorts, I was using reinforced hull and he was making fun of me saying that's not the right card. So you use advanced torpedoes, 40% damage increase with that. Toon lasers, 10% damage increase, so kind of like the interceptor as well. And then advanced capacitors. This one, it makes sense why he said this because you don't really need help with the bomber. You already got like 3,000. But a lot of you're gonna need the extra. So I'm glad he told me about that. So going on to heroes. Once again, my friend far from you kind of gave me tips with Boba Fett. He's the max. I believe he's the best Boba Fett in the game, to be honest with you. But fuel efficiency, quick refill, 50% faster with your jetpack for recooling or cooling, and then burn rate decrease 15%. I don't really know if this is all that helpful, to be honest, but I just don't think Boba Fett has like any cards. These cards aren't that great. And then I use augmented gear. I feel like you can either use acute concussion or augmented gear. Augmented gear, you can get need 3 enemies hit. Then your jetpack goes gold for 4 seconds. It can save you a few times. And then Born to Fly, you don't need this to be honest. The health regeneration has gotten me killed a few times starting at a second. A lot of people fly and then these. I actually do like going over to Bosk. Not the greatest Bosk player, but name your poison. I think you always want to do is Ultimate Predator. You always want to do Ultimate Predator as well. Trap arming speed is what I use. Then Unrelented. You could use. I don't really know the Bosk build like that though. No idea. Going over to Chewbacca, excuse me. I'm a max Chewbacca. Oh, I forgot to say the levels. 227 Boba Fett and 123 Bosk. In case you're not paying attention. I'm a max Chewie. Been a max Chewie for 4 years now. I use bonus health, echoing roar, and impervious. These are all for large scale game modes like Supremacy and Galactic Assault, by the way. And then Darth Vader, I use for Furious Resilience, bonus health, and I use Surrounded by Fear. This works for me. I feel like you can go with any loadout. Like Feeling the Rage, you can go Punishing Grip, you can go Last Gasp. I know a few people who use this, but I don't think you need these two. Not even really. There's no escape either, but you can go with either Choke Card or Feeling the Range. I like Surrounded by Fear as well. I find that it actually helps me considering Vader he has slow stamina regain. Palpatine, I'm not really the greatest Palpatine player either, but Lightning Reach, I think this is just a basic. You're gonna need this. His basic attack, I've increased range 30%. Chain Lightning can bounce to more targets. I find that this is a good card. In full control, reduce stamina drain. I'm not quite sure the Palpatine loadout though. That's just what I personally use when I do use them. Han Solo, this one, you're always going to need air bursts, and you're always going to need heavily modified blaster. But if you're playing heroes versus villains, use Smuggler's Wits because you get an extra dodge ability, extra roll. Then for EA and Supremacy, you're going to want all in. And the why I say this is because it's a glitch. Not really a glitch, kind of a glitch maybe, bug maybe, but if you defeat an enemy with shoulder charge, 50% recharge reduction. Now, the average person might think, oh, it's just on that ability. It's actually wrong. It's actually for all three abilities. So, with the bomb, this is a great combination bomb. You can use that a lot more often, but you have to not use shoulder charge unless you get a kill with it. Get it back. Also, I'm a max level on as well. Item Versio, I'm a level 84 with. I think everybody knows the cards with her, but alternative methods, droid batteries, and cool blaster. Less overheat buildup for your TL50 for main weapon. Droid batteries, decreased recharge time for both the droid and the shield. Then alternative methods is you can fire it more frequently. Moving on to Yoda. My friend Fighter Isaiah, I haven't talked to him in a while, but he uses Jedi Mentor, Feel the Force, and Agility. That's just what I roll with, considering I think he's probably one of the best, if not the best Yoda. A level 382 Yoda as well. Rey. I use Resilient Dash, Damaging Strike, do more damage reduction, more damage with the strike. Then for Focus Sight, I use the added duration. Max Rey, pretty good Rey player. Darth Maul, he doesn't really have any game-changing cards, but I use Lightsaber Defense. Again, this is in large-scale game modes, in case you're switching over to pinned comment or whatever. Might do some timestamps. Flow motion, you get an extra dash. Then accelerated throw. You can use this for extra damage. This, if it hits forward and backwards from a heavy, it killed them, so that's accelerated throw. And lightsaber defense, you get 16% blaster damage reduction, and you get an extra dash. And I'm a max Maul as well. Luke Skywalker, I'm also max with. I use, this one's kind of controversial. A lot of people use Rush Immunity, but I don't really use it because it's only 15% damage reduction, and it's only for 3 seconds, so I don't really see a point of it. Instead, I use Epicenter. I like Epicenter a lot because it's a one hit on other infantry, 40 extra damage within the radius, but Luke is just so quick. Most of the time, it is in the radius. You're gonna get a one-hit kill. You can do a lot of combinations with it. Intensify. For every enemy defeated or 200 damage to villain increases Luke's lightsaber damage by 2 to a maximum at 36. So when you're around 12 kills or so, 11 kills, I believe, you can one-hit infantry. It's actually pretty powerful. It's probably one of the best cards in the game. And then extended push reach I use. A lot of people using Jedi Fighter, Jedi Reflexes. push knockback. I mean, none of these really matter. You can make a case for rush immunity, I will say. And moving on to Princess Leia. She's kind of, I think most of all, you want these two cards, her rapid fire cards for her E11. Probably one of the best abilities in the game. You get damage reduction, 25% damage reduction, 55% increased firing time. And I use High Spirit, but if I am on Geonosis or Crate, I'll use Laser Brain for her secondary fire. Do 35 extra damage. It is the one hit when she hits it. You can use Stay Together. Not a bad card, but me personally, I don't really think it's that worth it, considering it's only 10% damage reduction, and I like to go off my own. I'm an aggressive player. A lot of players don't keep up. That's why I don't use it. Lando, I am a horrible player. Lando's my least favorite character in the game. The star cards I use when I do play him, I'm a level 57. I use Hot and Cold, which you get 150 increased health. I get maximized efficiency, 40% recharge reduction. And I use Wide-Eyed. So these are good for sharpshooting ability, and you get increased health that increases it to assuming you're at per cards. For Kylo Ren, level 323. Use Closing In, Harsh Pull, and I use Power Reach. Increased area effect for the pull, so you can pull more people at a farther distance. Harsh Pull, you get 50 increased damage. So you can one-hit infantry with the star card. Then Closing In, you get increased leap distance. The freeze cards, you don't need them. This card, maybe in Heroes vs. Villains you can use, and then some of the other cards you could use in Heroes vs. Villains, but this is only on large-scale game modes. Finn, this one depends on all about your playstyle. Now, you're always going to want to use In Charge, 6% damage reduction. Use your damage reduction thingy, your right pistol, your RB button, or your R1. That's pretty overpowered. Beacon of Hope, I just use these two star cards as well as Charge. That's just when I'm feeling toxic but this card right here, extended kill duration for never going back, helps a lot with In Charge. In fact, I would actually say that was another one that you probably want to use all the time in large scale. And maybe take off one of these. I'm not really sure. You can take off whatever one you want. Phasma. I've been playing a lot of Captain Phasma recently. The cards I use is Laser Wall Durability. You kill 5 people, your increased recharge rate becomes 25%. So you can use your abilities a lot more frequent. Mainly, you're going to want to use your ability, which is where these star cards come to play. Not hot enough, damage reduction 50%, and you get 60 survivor. So 60 increased health, 50% damage. Pretty cool, actually. Then her staff strikes are a one hit towards infantry, not towards heavies. General Grievous, I am a level 713. Now, there is 4 cards, but you're always going to want to use Flesh is Weak in every game mode, line a weakling. We're in large-scale game modes. If you're a good Grievous player, you could go with Sith Trained, which makes it a one-hit towards infantry besides heavy. Or you could use Beating Heart. I like to use Beating Heart just because I'm aggressive and I lose a lot of health. So that 100 increased health rate is going to help a lot. But you can use either one of these. Don't use both at the same time. You always want to run the. And then Obi-Wan Kenobi found that Jedi Resilience, Give It All, and Forward are the best. Forward, if you use your defensive rush, it will be a one-hit infantry, not including heavy. Give It All, you get an extra 2-meter push, and then Jedi Resilience, you get 100 damage reduction. Level 233. Obi-Wan. Count Dooku. Level 128. I've been playing a little bit of Dooku recently. I never really played him. I only really played him in Hero Showdown. That's why I was like a level 100. But I've been playing a lot of him in GA recently, and I'm kind of liking him. The cards I use are Sith Control. I use Initiative because it is a critical strike with one hit towards infantry. 50 extra damage. Masterful Duel. This for increased damage. Don't use Blind Spot, increased heal. It's just memes. Finesse, you could use, I guess, 35% damage. Stamina strain, I mean. Then yeah, I think that's the loadout is best. Maybe you can use balanced list instead of initiative. But I'm not the greatest Dooku players. I don't know. Anakin Skywalker. A lot of people use Tenacious. Now this is the correct star card in Heroes vs. Villains. And then GA and Supremacy. I like to go with Master Strikes, Heroic Might, Raw Strength. I think these are the best stars. For Anakin, I mean. Now for Heroes vs. Villains, use Attraction. You can use Steamroll maybe, Tenacious. But still always use Raw Strength. Level 336 with Anakin. Coming down to the wire. I'm a max level BB-8. The best star cards at all times, you want to use Self-Repairs, Spinner, and Whirlwind. Whirlwind, if you hit two people, or maybe it's, yeah, if you hit two enemies with Spinner, you don't even have to kill them, you have to hit two and get 10-second cooldown. Starts like halfway or something, like 40%. Self-repairs, you get 100 increased health regeneration. Then Whirlwind, it's a increased radius, and you get 8 damage. You could use spared batteries, I guess, but I don't really think it. And last but not least, I have BB-90. Max level BB-90. Well, the only 3 star cards that really are effective are full reconstruction, get 100 increased health regen. So it goes from 200 to 300, which is pretty big. Faster, which increases double amount of damage. Whatever, you're in Death Star, in an indoor map, it's pretty big. Like in the link systems, this one's actually huge because you get 8 increased damage. So you have to keep on stunning 20 players basically. Damage 8. You do a lot more damage because BB-90 doesn't do a lot of shit. But yeah, that's it. Not too sure. I'm not a hero starfighter player. I don't play that mode. But if you are new to the game, I hope this video helped you. I've seen a lot of requests on a updated video like this. This is my collection, my star cards. Trying to help people out. So if you enjoyed, please drop a comment and say that I helped you, because I really appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all watching if anybody's still here. And if you are, have a great day.